Look at the video.
Such a dick.
Look how good it is.
Take your cup of tea.
Watch the video. Look. That's what your stomach looks like inside. That's what it looks like inside.
Turn it up, that's fucking awful.
Look how good that.
Take your cup of tea. Turn the fucking video off. It's done. It's done.
No, because I've missed most of your reactions. Look. But look at it.
No.
This was your idea.
Do you have a fucking no regret? Turn it off.
Recording.
Lead an intro, fellas.
Welcome.
That's not good enough, is it? We'll start this again.
I thought you
Technical
continue
difficulties.
I thought you'd continue it. Welcome.
Welcome.
No.
Welcome.
No, you're meant to continue the words. Welcome.
Two.
One
What?
watched.
Oh, I'm not about it. I don't know.
This is
Aaron.
Sam.
and Tom.
Oh god, that was awkward. This is awkward.
Well, if you guys were faster.
Oh, this is one watch. It's like the 5th or 6th one now we've
Yeah.
done. Do you know, so the other day where I work was like, oh yeah, watch those videos where you do commentary of your own films. It's like, it's not really commentary of your own films. He goes, oh, it's like, did you just press play and not listen? He goes, I honestly thought you were talking about the films you'd made. It's like, oh, that's not come across then with the concept.
Yeah.
We just talk about shit that we've watched, and I put our films on in the background because it's visual and we don't get copyright striked if it's our own stuff.
Yeah.
And
And if you want to give us credit for some of the stuff we've talked about, sure, we made them. Why not?
No, we didn't make Nativity.
We didn't make Nativity, no.
No.
You guys couldn't make anything that good.
Oh, he's laid it down early and thick. Oh. So, Sam and Tom have instructions with film crew and that, and my brother Aaron back from Christmas.
Yeah.
The Christmas special he was in, and he's like, oh, I've got time. Like, for sure, come chill out. Yeah, but only if you record things with us. So he's here. Hello, Aaron.
Hello.
Last time you were really racist. Let's see what you do today.
Yeah, you can only imagine.
Cool, one watch. So, has anyone watched anything worth talking about that might entertain a listener, viewer, whatever you are, dear listener, viewer? Whatever you want to refer to yourself as.
Most of the shit I've been watching is like weird surgeries and stuff on YouTube. Cause,
Weird surgeries on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, what sort of surgeries?
so I've watched some mastectomies.
Right.
I've watched some liposuction.
Right, Aaron's eyes are closed, his
Yeah.
thumb and forefinger are gripping the bridge of his nose, he's sighing, I don't know if that's coming across, and he just looks like, oh.
Why?
I don't know.
Why have you wasted
Right.
your time on
Did it
that?
start, did you go through, like, the chain? Did it start with one video?
Yes,
And then it
like
just...
it started like there was a video that I saw a while ago, and it was like one of the recommended like trending type videos, and it was like some massive fucking cyst that someone had that they were popping, and then suddenly like there was like, oh, this person's got like one of those like fatty things, it's like lymphoma or something, like some like fat, it's just a big pile up of fat that they like cut out, and then it went from there. And then suddenly I'm watching, you know, people have fat frozen from the outside, because apparently that's a thing now.
Fat.
Apparently,
Frozen?
there's something called cool sculpting, right? Apparently,
Oh,
it's like
sorry.
a big vacuum cleaner thing that they stick on you, and
Mhm.
it pulls the fat into it, and then it freezes it, and they hold it on long enough for it to essentially cause like close to death to the fat cells, but none of the other cells. And it's a thing. And it's basically a liposuction from the outside. But it takes like 3 months for it to like leave your body, because it's like the cells actually have to leave normally. And one of the videos I watched, like some like doctor guy was sort of trying to explain how it works. So he purposely did like a section of his body, but didn't do like the sections around it like you normally would. So he just had like his stomach basically went down, and then there was like a step, and then the fat, like, because there's no fat cells, like fat cells are dead from that section now because they've been removed. So it was like a little step because he didn't work the areas around it. It was like, that doesn't look good, but I could understand like if you have like certain areas that are really hard to get rid of fat, that'd be useful in a way compared to like liposuction. And then there's like, you know, the people that get like the whole fucking body cut up. If you watch like a tummy tuck, It's fucking amazing. Like once you've like got
And
over
now
like, the
Sam
gross
has got his
factor,
thumb and his forefinger on the bridge of his nose with his eyes closed.
like they lift the entire thing from the abdominal wall. Like you're fucking seeing abs. Like how abs are like you're seeing the entire fucking shit.
Right. Not gonna watch that.
It's awesome.
Have you ever seen One Born Every Minute?
No.
Okay, one of the many houses I lived in, there was a girl. She was awesome. Her name's Laura Conn Valley. She was really, really cool. She was obsessed with One Born Every Minute, and they did a cesarean. Have you ever seen a cesarean?
No.
I've learned I don't like videos where people get cut. I don't.
I used to know. Now I'm fascinated by them.
I feel like this is the step of like, oh, I used to catch and kill animals, and then this will spiral out to where you are doing amateur surgery with drugged people that you picked up,
so
probably homeless.
Here's when we know we have a problem. If I start being able to watch eye surgeries, because I can't watch you.
Start being able to watch eye
Yeah.
surgeries. Yeah. I thought you said stop being able to.
No.
No, you should stop immediately.
No, like eye surgeries, like. You've had it where like your contacts gone to the back of that. I can't watch you get that back into place. Like I hate it when like
Aaron touches his eye.
yeah,
Just
like if it's like just slight touching, that's fine. But when you actually have to like gouge and move about, like rubbing your eye, it's like ah. So if I get to that point, then I have a problem.
There are two types of people in this world: people who wear contacts and people who don't. And people who do, touching your eye is no big fucking deal.
Yeah.
And people who don't, they are just.
I can't believe you can do that. How can you do that? It's horrible.
Right? But they watch every fucking time. Like my contact. You put it in and you look, and someone's face with that disgusted look that obviously won't come across on an audio recording, but the features in a shot like. And you just start watching.
Hey, we've watched a lot of like fucked up things in films and stuff.
Yes,
yeah,
we filmed a few ourselves, but
like Human Centipede and stuff. Like there's fucked up moments in that.
Yeah.
The most like the hardest thing for me that I've ever had to watch was it's the French film that's just an art house film by some artist guy. I think it's like Odelane, something. It's you have like a dead fucking horse on a piano.
The Show DM.
Yeah.
Doll's House.
Yeah.
The moon. You're talking about the moon.
The eye cutting. That's like that gets me.
We watched that in college.
Yeah.
To explain this film, this is classic. Salvador Dali.
Yeah.
Is I'm not sure if he's the director or massively involved.
He's the director. It's like his.
It's mental. There's a woman playing a piano and then literally flogging a dead horse and then carrying like a dead donkey on her back and shit. And there's a bit where there's a woman and a knife, and the knife goes towards her eye, and then you see clouds go across the moon as like symbolism for the knife cutting the eye, and then it returns and you just see the eye get cut.
Yeah.
And how they did it was they actually got a woman who had an empty eye socket.
She'd lost an eye. They put a fake one in.
And actually cut the fake one in her eye socket. Yeah. Which is a bit like okay. One of my favourite films ever, The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. There's a bit in The Thing where someone's giving someone, the electric paddles, and he goes for the paddles and they go through the guy's chest and then teeth come and the guy's arms get ripped off. They used a guy with no arms so that like they just put fake arms, so when they rip off it's actually you're seeing stumps come away. It's like it's that kind of thing. That was a tangent a bit, sorry. But yeah.
Yeah, things with eyes.
Okay, well I'm not going to keep putting them on to test you because I don't like watching that shit. So just if you have a problem, just stop watching surgeries on YouTube.
I'm so happy I came.
Okay. One watched. Surgeries on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you want to go next? Or do you want me to go next?
You can go next.
I'm going to go next.
You can go next.
Okay. I have two things. The first one is a series on Netflix. It's by Max Landis, who, big creative type. He did Chronic, which is a really good graphic novel, and he did some Superman stuff, and he directed, there's a film with, what's the vampire thing called? Twilight. You know the woman from Twilight?
The miserable
Kristen
one.
Stewart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Film with her in, and it's sort of like a stoner comedy thing.
Adventureland. Maybe.
Not sure it's that.
It's
But
not
he directed something and it was like really missold and it wasn't what it was, and she was actually quite good in it. Anyway.
Adventureland, she's quite good in, so it might be that.
Okay, cool. It might be then. It might well be. So Max Landis. Okay. You ever seen Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy?
No.
Okay.
But I always should.
Started as a radio, became a book, They did more books, then they did more radio. A guy called Douglas Adams wrote it all. Fucking amazing comedy. He also had another series called Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. I remember reading the first book, and it's mental because it's all about how crazy chance and stuff happens. He's the series on Netflix, Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. Now, I'm 7 episodes in, and I've waited till 7 out of the 8 episodes because it's only now I've started to understand what the fuck is happening.
Nice.
But I have to be really fucking careful because I don't want to spoil anything. This show is fucking bizarre. Okay, I'll start just telling you what you first see in the first bit of the first episode. You get Dirk Gently, who's this British detective guy, leather jacket, very posh boy, kind of. Oh yeah, ooh yeah. That was awful. I don't know why he's not like that. He's very quirky and irrepressible and stuff. He wakes up, he gets a phone call, and this person's like, Dirk, now's the time. He's like, oh great, cool, I'm up. I'll be there shortly. Where am I going and what for? And then you just see a hotel room that has been trashed with people severed in half.
Nice.
And then a kitten that someone picks up. And then Frodo, Elijah Wood is in it, and basically he and Dirk Gently, their paths collide. And then there's other characters. There's a holistic assassin who just does things, and it will end up they kill people randomly. Dirk Gently, most of it is just he does things and random stuff occurs. And there is then some people in that hotel room, it turns out, were killed by a shark. But there's no shark in the hotel room, and you have no fucking idea why the fuck any of it's happening. There's a golden bit in episode 6, and I'm not going to reveal any. I promise this is not spoiling anything. Someone finally confronts a villain who you think has had this big villainous plan that they're trying to solve, and they finally you get the moment where the villain's like in a James Bond, this would be the villain revealing their plan, and the villain just looks at the people and she goes, what the fuck was this? Why the fuck was that here? What were you doing there? Who's this person? Where's my dog? What? And just screams 30 fucking questions, which you're all asking, and you're like, oh shit, he doesn't know anything either. Literally 7 episodes, 7 hours to start making sense, but there's just enough in each of it that I'd say the first one I didn't really get into, but after the first one I was it's now, I really like this. I do recommend it. And Max Landis has a really nice kind of character style, so all the characters feel they're all given really quirky things to do, and it feels like it takes its time. So even when it's slow, you feel it's deliberately being slow. It's not just shallow.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. The other one I want to talk about is a YouTube video. It's not surgery though. It's called Horse. I've sent this to people all the time, but it's worth.
Video, but
It's by Tom Scott, who's a really cool YouTube channel. Lots of really good sketch comedy. It's just called Horse. Imagine a slightly overweight guy wearing a horse's head in a white dress. Okay? Wakes up, starts walking down the street. Really good techno music playing. Sees a woman with a pram and a baby. The woman looks away because she's on her phone. He throws the baby into the road. The baby gets run over. He then stabs someone. This guy in a horse head, he walks down, stables. He just walks along stables, just sticking middle fingers up at other horses. He goes to he takes part in a horse race and he finishes last, and then he steals the trophy. So he's running with the trophy. He then goes to a shop. This other horse head comes around the corner and he just stops. The music cuts and she goes, "You can't be here. You're dead. You're dead." And he there's a choreographed dance bit at one bit. It's only a 2.5 minute video, and this techno theme just goes through the whole thing. But it's just mental, and it's it's so, they say Korean what the fuck humor, the Gangnam Style music videos, just random fucking shit. That's what it is, and it's glorious. It's 2.5 minutes of pure glorious mental joy. It's just a fantastic YouTube video.
Yeah.
I suppose people getting stabbed is a bit surgery-like, but there isn't any. It's not as graphic, and it's not real. It's clearly not real.
Yeah. I think you two need to branch out on what you watch, to be honest.
You might need to say that louder for the listeners.
I think you two need to branch out on what you watch, to be honest.
Alright, Aaron.
Surgery and killing babies.
One baby.
Is that acceptable?
Clearly
is that acceptable?
Well, that baby might have grown up to be new Hitler.
What's worse than the dead baby?
You're gonna say 2. We're not doing dead baby jokes. I'm not doing them.
What's worse than 2 dead babies?
No. No. Right? You're already watching fucking Surgery. Suddenly we're bringing Dead Baby jokes into it. No. Down, boy. No. We're moving on swiftly. Aaron, what the fuck have you watched? Save the podcast, Aaron. Save the podcast. Is it a podcast? The YouTube video?
Yeah.
Save this.
I'll talk about the Undateables. I watched it. I've watched a few of them. We have a laugh on the YouTube videos of it and all that. And me and Laura.
Laura, your
girlfriend.
How is Laura?
She's alright.
Cool. How are her charades coming along?
Not great.
Okay.
But so, if for people who haven't watched Undateables, like I know you haven't.
I have not.
You have, Tom, haven't you? Yeah. So it's basically, it's on Channel 4. It's a dating show, but usually for people with either learning disabilities or physical incapabilities and...
Physical learning... learning difficulties or physical handicap.
Yeah. So, and it's about their journey to the dating world, whether they've been experienced or not, and whether, like, it's a broad spectrum, like, so a guy a few series ago who had Tourette's, like severe Tourette's, met a girl and she calmed his Tourette's down and now they're married just because of the show. But there's some, there's some lovely people on there, but I liked it, but I just find it so uncomfortable to watch. Like, I find it so awkward and, like, I really want to turn it off because it's just the way they edit it. And sometimes it's genuinely nice and, like, you meet really lovely people in there, but sometimes the way they edit it is just for a laugh at the people's expenses as a dating show. And I don't think that's right. And for the fact it's called the Undateables and then the sign knocks off and it's called Dateables and that's the opening scene to it.
Okay. So you've watched it and Tom, you've watched it.
Yeah.
You can tell me, how much of the show would you say is, like, bear baiting for viewers, like car crash, you know, and how much of it is empowerment or look, this person looks like this or this person talks or thinks like this way, you have to deal with that because we're not going to change that to make you comfortable.
From what I remember, it's been a while since I watched it, but it's kind of like they kind of have a formula where they start, like, they purposely start out as, like, this person's really awkward, this is, like, the really, you know, this is awful, and then it's like they're trying to show that they're building confidence, but they sort of do that through the editing. So a lot of the time when it starts off, it's like they put, like, overly long pauses for stuff and just, like, make it feel awkward. And then by the end of it, like, oh look, they're amazing now, but they were probably amazing before. It's just that you've edited it in such a way that, like, you sort of cringe at it.
Like, so it's creating... You feel like it's just created storylines rather than a...
Like, there was a bit yesterday, me and Laura both laughed at it. Like, this guy's met a girl, I think he's got severe autism, she's got learning difficulties, and they go to the zoo, and he says, like, oh, when I first met you, like, I thought you were a huge gorilla, and now you're a beautiful peacock. But, like, but... That's purely in there to make people laugh. And I genuinely did laugh and find it funny. And he drew a picture. It was the best picture I've ever seen of me laugh. I'm not going to lie. I couldn't believe it. But I just find it so uncomfortable. And, like, I'm happy that if it does genuinely bring happiness and it has brought a few more avenues out for people who might not know, like, so people with learning disabilities, there are specific dating websites if they think they might be struggling, and there's more gender specific and capable things out there for people. But like you said, the way it's edited, and sometimes, like, there was a girl on yesterday, I think she was called Lily, and she was honestly one of the most beautiful people. Like, she was so happy and fun and loved supernaturals, and the guy she went on a date with was really, really nice but got really scared and she started calling him a wimp, and she was just so happy and, like, generally, like, warmed your heart. But sometimes just the way that people are portrayed, like, and then, like, you don't know how long these people have been waiting for dates and everything, and then they find a date and they immediately, because I don't know whether that's just their way of thinking or the editing or what, but even before the date's gone, they believe that this is the girl that they're going to marry, and even if they don't, like, due to editing or whatever, they don't talk or get on very well or anything, that, like, they already think they've fallen for each other. Or one feels like he's, like, lost the love of life and already asking to be girlfriend or boyfriend, and it's just a bit... I just find it quite uncomfortable.
Fair enough. I can't comment without watching it. So, Tom, do you...
It's one of those, like, there's bits like that I almost feel like, some of them I think it's generally actually, like, how their mind works and stuff. But then, like, there's other episodes where it sort of feels like, the director behind it's gone, oh, you should say this to them, like,
Yeah.
Like halfway through the day,
Yeah.
they're like, so how are you feeling? Do you fancy it? Do you like it? Like, not giving them the time to even breathe or think about it.
Okay, let's talk shop a bit. Aaron,
Go on.
what does our dad do? Or what did he do?
Social work.
Yeah, what was our mum before she
Social worker.
retired through
Yeah.
injury and disability?
I can save you a lot of time
Yeah.
here. Most of the family social work.
work. So we were always, as kids, like, introduced and experienced. I think he said confronted, but it's not confronted. Introduced or experienced people with learning difficulties, people with physical difficulties, particularly learning difficulties, because that's what Dad's specialty was.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, in school, particularly when I went to sixth form, like, you didn't really... There were kids who had no concept of that, or would make really harsh jokes about people because they didn't have any... They didn't see people with learning difficulties.
Yeah.
And there was, like... I remember there was a care home, and kids would just, like... It was nicknamed the
near,
mental home and
yeah,
stuff.
where the pool was.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Chancet Wood?
Yeah, that way. We are really localising this now, yeah. And, like, obviously, a place where I work has... they were very involved with a group called Men Caps. There's, for a regular company, quite a proportionately high number of people with learning difficulties or physical disabilities hired by the company I work at. And I actually really, really respect that about a company that I'm not always the biggest fan of, because one of my things with people with learning difficulties is I hate that it's hidden, or when they're hidden. Like, no, you can't... We don't want to see them because them being them is somehow... It challenges or makes them uncomfortable because they're different. So if it's a show that brings them to the mainstream, in principle, I'm actually quite like, that's actually a really cool idea. Like, I kind of want to watch it, but at the same time, like, I want to balance it where the joke isn't, look, they're weird and disabled, ha ha ha, look at this freak, and that's the balancing act that show needs. And you guys can tell me if it hits it or not. I don't know.
Most of the jokes and the laughs are more what the people say, isn't it?
Character
It's not
and
like,
situation.
it's not what they do. But there is some moments where you're thinking, should they have really put that in?
Yeah,
like,
it's one of those where it's like the balance is there, but it's almost like they want to tell a story each time. So sometimes they start off balanced way too much to one side, and then sort of push it to the other side.
Yeah. Because I remember, final thing, the best ever, like, especially it was Channel 4 as well, like, TV implementation of someone with learning difficulties. And I there isn't, like, a film that centres around someone. Like, there are some amazing films about someone with autism, and there's a book called The Curious Case of the Dog, in the Dog Barking in the Night, or The Dog in the Night. Oh, it's fucking amazing. It's written... like, the main character is autistic, and he's doing, like, an investigation on this dog, The Curious Case of the Dog Barking at the Night, I think it's called, and it's really good. But it's The In-Betweeners. Now, Mom watched The In-Betweeners with me, and then you joined us. Do you remember? And it was quite awkward, because there's a lot of stuff. And then Dad got into it, and I remember the first one we watched, they go to the fairground.
Yeah.
I think it's Centre Parks, I'm not sure where. And they queued to get on the front of a roller coaster, and then only one of the characters, Will Mackenzie, gets on the front. And he's like, what inconsiderate arseholes stole our seat? And it's three lads with, like, learning difficulties. I think one of them looked like Down syndrome, one of them at least. And then he's like, shrinks because he's insulted someone who's disabled, and that's, like, embarrassing. And then he doesn't enjoy the ride because he's like, I yelled at some disabled kids. And then they get off, and the other three see who he yelled at, and they're all like, oh God. And people are looking at Will like, raw. And my dad, like, sort of tittered at it, so I knew it wasn't too bad, because my dad would say straight away, like, no, that's totally unacceptable. Yeah. And then they go back to their car, and their car's trashed, and they're like, who's done this? And then there's a beep, and then, like, a minivan that's taking, like, the the disabled kids back to wherever their like homes are, etc. These disabled kids are just like sticking two fingers up. I just remember my dad creasing with laughter and tears and going, "Victims, I think not." And, like, he explained really well how that was like just portraying people learning difficulties on TV too often get portrayed as one-note characters and letting them be flawed. They're either absolute angels with a disability or they're a joke, and letting them just be rounded characters who are just part of the regular world is the way that he wants to, and the in-betweeners has always been like, I just remember that moment with my dad. I think we've managed to do this topic without causing offence. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm a little scared. You know, we got Aaron the massive racist here, so...
Well, racist and disabilities, that's what I'm here for, isn't it? What's next? Homophobia.
I think with Tom's Surgery and my horse murder short film, you're actually coming off as the good one.
Yeah.
Surgery is perfectly acceptable to watch.
If you're having surgery, or you're a surgeon, or you're wanting to learn how to be a surgeon,
maybe
in a professional setting,
not just
with
watching
training.
liposuctions on random people for no reason.
It's like just liposuctions, yeah.
And we're out. Thank you very much for listening.